When I die, take me home. Show the soil my bones and let me lie beneath the cane. I will recite my daily prayers until I am called upon again. Call me back. Bring me home. Bring me here. The only place I still long to know. My cracked right hand, burning atop boiling blood, grips the wooden handle of a rusting cutlass as my left reaches for a bunch of long green leaves spilling from their rigid stem. Doubled over, I put my weight into each swing, watching as the curve of my blade rips through the pole-like stalk. The cutlass never makes its way through in one motion. I swipe at it again and again, until finally the plant breaks free of its roots. Its body is left dangling from my palm. Rising from my bend, I ignore the faintness that washes over me as blood rushes to my head. My left hand holds the severed plant up as my right hand amputates its leaves. I throw the trunk to the floor and move on to the next. Gripping, reaching, bending, swinging, swiping, rising, holding, amputating, throwing. The sun releases daggers as I work. Under the straw of my hat, I anticipate their land, the way my skin will receive them, pierced yet bloodless. Sweat accumulates on my sore arms, falling with my every movement. My ankles itch as they grow covered in soil and mangled bodies. We work in silence. Rows of men, brown and burnt, imitate my movements as the brush of the leaves fills the thick air. The mosquitoes speak more than we dare to. I'll save my words for later. I'll flash my gold tooth on the way home. But for now, here with these men, with these boys, with these husbands, fathers, abusers, and addicts, I cut Cain. I cut Cain and forgot why it was planted there, why I was planted there. I forget a lot these days. How could one not? Whiteness engulfs me as blankness cuts off the blood flow to my brain and steals all my memories. White tiled floor, white curtains, white bed sheets, white bathroom, white gown. The whir of the central heating system tries to drown out the brush of those leaves and the buzz of those mosquitoes. And the whiteness tries to eat away at the damp air, the guinnep, the trenches, the bauxite, and the sugar cane from which I built my home. The whiteness tries to make a new home for me, but the whiteness cannot take my pain. A bad back, a bad shoulder, bad knees, and a bad mind. Parkinson's, dementia, and Alzheimer's. I have enough ailments to earn my own wing in the rehab center I now inhabit, and I have a family loud enough to get one. 2 sons to carry my name and 5 daughters to lose it. 15 grandchildren to nickname and 2 great-grandchildren to still fit on my lap. I've spent 39 years here in this whiteness, creating proof of me. And yet, even as I am purified of memory and left with sin, I still find myself stemming from sugarcane. My back aches because there is still cane to cut and still 7 children to carry home. My shoulder twinges because I am still swinging and swiping, trying to break free of these roots. My knees burn because there are still Bollywood classics to dance to when I leave the plantation. And my mind has been trying to go for as long as the whiteness allows me to remember, but I still remember the sugarcane. I still remember how I stuffed my clothes with freshly cut cane every day and stashed them in the trench behind my house until I had enough to build a boat. I spent 39 years building it, collecting bodies from the carnage of plantation work and tying them together with their own limbs. And in one swipe, the steel of my cutlass sliced the rope that bound my sugarcane boat to the shore, and I sailed north, settling on New York. In one swipe. In one swipe, I am 78 years old, telling tales of home to any nurse who will listen, and I am a father to still quarreling kids whose knees, backs, and shoulders ache with the weight of carrying themselves. In one swipe, I am but a remnant of a promise of a better life, while I left behind my best life. And in one swipe, I am left open for the whiteness to ravage and rob of memory beyond the sugarcane. I am a man losing himself to the whiteness, yes, but I am still a man. With a limp, I hobbled out of my house in Queens, making it to Liberty Avenue on my own before crashing into the pavement. And with pride, I shuffled to the bathroom by myself before tripping over the leg of the dining table and hitting my head on the way down. 1 wife, 2 daughters, 1 son-in-law, and 4 grandchildren live in the house that stands while I fall, and if I could, I'd fall again. I'd fall alone. I wouldn't ask for help. I wouldn't need it. I am still a man. I built the boat that brought you here. I carried you home. You do not shop on Liberty Avenue for me. You do not walk me to the bathroom. But will you carry me home? I am still forgetting, and I am still in pain. Whiteness has no mercy, but I hear that God does. So I open and close my eyes with a prayer. Maybe one day this pain will subside. My back aches because this hospital mattress is stiff. My shoulder twinges because of a fall that put me here. My knees burn because I sit all day. And my mind? My mind has been trying to go for as long as the whiteness allows me to remember, but I still remember the sugarcane. I still remember those green stalks and the way they shook as I slashed their base. Their exterior, smooth and marked with neat horizontal ridges, felt hollow in my aging hands, but I knew of the worlds that sit beneath their skin. I still remember the way my teeth cracked into their fibery innards, fighting to pull the sugarcane from itself. Strings of sweetness struggled to keep the 2 halves together, but my jaw was stronger, my will mightier. I still remember the way the sugarcane exploded in my mouth as I bit down, coating my taste buds in a bright syrup, sweet enough to coax me to sleep and leave me dreaming. I still remember spitting chewed sugarcane bark on the dirt and watching as the ants swarmed to eat my remains. Nothing there is wasted. Nothing native, at least. The village people watched my home, and the chickens kept us full. My wife raised my 7 children, my 15 grandchildren, and my 2 great-grandchildren, and my resentment has lasted a lifetime. And the sugarcane? The sugarcane brought us here. It kept us afloat for 4,258 kilometers, and it bore me my children's children's children. It put me here. It tied me to this bed. 39 years later, and I am still doubled over, blood boiling, swiping with a rusting cutlass, trying and trying again to uproot myself. Gripping, reaching, bending, swinging, swiping, rising, holding, amputating, throwing. I did my part. I did it as best as I could. Now build me a boat of sugarcane and send me on my way. When I die, take me home. Show the soil my bones and let me lie beneath the cane, where my memory ends and begins again, where whiteness cannot take, where there is no pain but palm, where there is no silence but song. Old Bollywood, because New India stole my grandmother and stowed her here. How brave of her to make a home out of carved land and sugarcane. Call me back. Bring me home. Bring me here. The only place I still long to know. Guyana. I still remember her name.